Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Hafiz bin Alum Manasir and my team members Syarul Azwan, Muhammad Akmal and Sajadati. We will present the topic about the component of training. The component of the training is a simple way of identifying a certain part of a person's fitness essentially. When you are labeling a subset of changes that want to occur as a component, the aim of sport training is to achieve maximum individual or team efficiency in selected sport discipline limited by rules. For example, if a client wants to be more flexible, they need to work on the flexibility component of their training. If a client wants to get stronger to compete in power of lifting event, they need to work on the strength component of their training. So basically this is the component of the training, have 5, which is physical component, technical component, tactical component, psychological component, and the last one is theoretical knowledge. So I will go for the first component, is physical component. Physical component is primarily oriented towards systematic development of motor abilities and their actions through sport skill in a selected sport discipline. Basic differentiation of motor abilities is not sufficient to describe the manifestation of individual abilities within the specific sports disciplines. Motor abilities can be described as a relatively stable set of inner genetic presuppositions needed to carry out locomotive activity. So therefore distinguish included speed, force, endurance, and agility. So the requirements of individual sport disciplines are related to physical capacity of the athlete and can be divided into following categories. The first one is a force, the ability to develop a high power output in a single action during competition, such as kicking in soccer and jumping in basketball. Next is endurance, the ability to perform prolonged exercise such as a cross-country skiing. So the next one is the speed, the ability to sprint such as for 100 meters. And the last one is agility, the ability to exercise at high intensity, which are the basis on acceleration, maximum velocity, and multi-directional change of movement. So this is the 3 basic principles during each stage of sport preparation. The first one is specificity. Sport preparation in a specific sport is characterized by specificity. The athlete improves his or her performance in specific activities which are the content of specific sport discipline. For instance, takeoff in attack strike in volleyball is characteristic for taking off from both feet. Therefore, while training quick force, specific exercise must be utilized which support the respective type of takeoff. The second one is the size of stimulus. Applying smaller size during sport preparation than the one which the athlete is used to. Without applying optimum adaptation stimulus, it restricts the ability of the athlete to improve. Subliminal stimulus does not lead to desirable progressive change in performance. An example of applying this principle can be increasing the size during exercise within force training, which is increasing the number of sessions per week, adding drills or exercise or sets, preferring complex exercise to simple ones, shortening rest period between sets or exercise, or any other combination the above examples. So the third one is progression. If systematic training is to lead to ever greater improvement, its volume and intensity must continuously increase. If the principle of progressive increase is applied properly, it leads to cumulative training effect. An example of this can be gradual increase in intensity of sport preparation by increasing the number of weekly trainings, increasing repetition within each exercise, and change of type or difficulty of exercise.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shazal Azwan bin Suzairi. So thank you to my group member. Okay, so now I will explain about technical component. So what is technical component? Technical component focus on acquiring, keeping and transferring motor skills of sports training. Okay, so motor skills are divided into two groups, which is the fundamental skills and also sport skills. Okay, let's go through for the fundamental skills. Okay, fundamental skills. What is fundamental skills? Okay, fundamental skills is basic skills or movement that you need to adapt or master before getting into more specific movement. Okay, so most of the skill is teach during your childhood, which is the time that you are most likely to adapt the skill very easy, which means you are easy to learn the skills. So here are some of the examples of the fundamental skills, which is the basic one, like jumping, balancing, throwing and running. Okay, next we will go to the sport skills. Okay, so what is sport skills? Sport skills is a specific skills based on the sports that you join or that you play. Okay, after mastering fundamental skills, which is the basic skills, so sport skills is a must for you, which is you need to learn the specific skills in order to get good in the sport that you play. So here are some of the example of sport skills. Okay, the first one is swinging in golf for the football, taking corner in football, and the last one is hitting in hockey. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Akmal bin Rozizi. Okay, next we move to the tactical components. What is tactical component? Tacticals are acts and methods that are organized to attain a largest goal. For example, in sport, that goal is usually to win. The opposition's players available for selections, the importance of the game or match, and potentially even the weather can all influence tactics. There are two different ways in tactical components of sport training. First one is strategy and second one is tactic. For strategy, is a document that outlines an organization's long-term objective and how it intends to achieve them. In other words, it depicts the path that will lead to the achievement of the state's goals. For tactics, actions and strategies plans to achieve an overall objective. Okay, next we move to the psychological component. What is psychological component? Psychological component is the emphasis on having a positive impact on the athlete's personality. Personality of each individual is characterized by a number of factors. First one is temperament, motivations, qualities of individuals, and attitude. Okay, next, temperament. Temperament is a personality trait dealing with emotional disposition and reactions, as well as their speed and intensity. The phrase is frequently used to indicate to persons' current moods or mood patterns. Next, we move to the motivations. Motivation involves the biological, emotional, social, and cognitive forces that activates behavior. And next is qualities of individuals. Individuals may desire for dominance and power, partly to compensate for his feelings of inferiority. Is the driving force behind human thought and behavior. The last one is attitude, a set of feelings, beliefs, and behaviors toward a specific item, person, thing, or even is referred to as an attitude. Attitudes are frequently formed as a result of personal experience or upbringing, and they can have a significant impact on behaviors. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, next we go to theoretical knowledge. Theoretical knowledge means learning anything without adopting any practical approach. So it helps you to understand why one technique is successful while the other fails. It also can give you a deeper understanding of a concept through seeing it in the context of understanding the way behind it. So in training, the theoretical knowledge is to increase the athlete's knowledge of the physiological and psychological of practice, training, planning, nutrition and regeneration. Besides, it also involves the relationship among athletes and coaches. The coach will impact their players by teaching life skills in hope of developing a positive relationship. So by training, the athletes will increase their attitudes, knowledge, skills and behavior. Importance of theoretical knowledge is it helps to understand the concept behind the technique. So the coaches must know the concept of the training before applied to the athletes. For example, the coach want to develop muscular endurance to the athletes. So the coaches must calculate the athletes 1 RM first before applying a training program. It is because with 1 RM we can set strength exercise with a suitable load for the athlete. Okay, second, it makes easier to practically apply things. The theory that has learned can be applied through practical because the theory gives everyone a clear explanation about the fact. Furthermore, by applying theory and practical knowledge, it will give a better understanding about the concept and will be remembered in a long time. Lastly, theoretical knowledge helps in providing some ideas and solve problems. The knowledge that gains from experience will be applied when training. When the athletes have some problem in their training, all the theory that coaches have will be applied to solve the problem that exists. So for example, the athletes injured in leg. So the coach must give an exercise that's suitable based on the athlete's condition. So in conclusion, all the components of training is important because it will be measured for an athlete training program. Besides, it is to ensure that the athlete has a good performance and ready for their competition. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.